What's going on, everybody? Just wanted to come here, drop an episode, introducing the channel. Who is Uncaged? Who am I? What's the Uncaged podcast all about, right? And just kind of preface what this next part of our journey is going to look like together. So, Uncaged is a men's only accountability group. So I'm going to be speaking very specifically to men on this channel. If you are a woman and maybe you can relate to some of this, if you stumbled on this, whatever, the principles are still true. I'm just specifically going to use a tone, a dialect, and verbiage for men. I'm probably going to be a little bit more aggressive than most channels when it comes to accountability. That's what we are built around. It's Uncaged is a men's only accountability and networking group. We're very, very different than anything else that's on the market out there. I've been a part of some of the top networking groups. I love the camaraderie that are in there. I love the networking that's in there. We are never in competition with anyone in Uncaged. None of these other groups are we competing against. If anything, we are complementary to them because you can go learn, especially like, niche specific, like, it's in a sales group, or, it's marketing, or it's a, networking group. Anything like that, we're going to run parallel with it because we are the group that holds your feet to the fire. And like I said, this is nothing sexist. My wife has a women's only group. We love having that group. We love seeing, the growth, the healing, and the empowerment in that group. Us guys, man, we're just here. We're going to get our hands a little dirty in this. We're going to, again, hold that mirror up and point out some things that might be uncomfortable here and there, but this channel is about growth. This channel is about, being held accountable to your goals. Like, we all have a dream life. I don't care who you are. You have this version of your life that you want to be living, and this is going to be the journey to get you there. Uncaged is all about the journey to the top 1%, and that's by becoming 1% better daily, right? We focus on compounding growth day in and day out. And so, for us, it's been really, really great to come together, surround ourselves with like-minded men that share our same vision and have our same goals and have our same, mindset. Again, we all have this dream version of ourselves, of our house, of our cars, of what our family interaction looks like, what kind of vacations we go on. We had this entire dream life persona that we go live in, while you're laying your head down before you go to bed, right? I call it that pre-dream dream. Like, you're starting to phase in and out of consciousness. You're like, whether you're praying and you kind of get distracted by, daydreaming about it, or whatever you're speaking into existence, you're doing visualizations, like whatever it is, it's that moment, like right before you go to sleep and you actually start your, subconsciously or in your brain, you start going into, whether it be your REM sleep, your deep sleep, whatever, where you start to actually dream. There's this moment, I feel like, that's like you're caught in between two different worlds, your dream life and your real life. And it's that pre-dream dream where you're just laying there, man, you're smiling ear to ear because you're thinking about what the future looks like. You're thinking about that house you're going to buy, that dream house of yours. You're going to think about all your favorite cars being in the garage. You're going to be thinking about the memories that you make with your family on your, these amazing vacations, and it's all things that are going to happen, right? And so for us, what's the point of dreaming about it if it's never going to become reality? And the fact is you can purchase that stuff. It's not with money. It's with your work ethic. It's worth your accountability. It's for actually moving the needle, right? And so that's like what Uncaged is all about. It's like, you have some other groups, and I'm not knocking it, but it's a lot of rah-rah. It's a lot of blowing smoke up your ass. It's a lot of like, hey, take notes or take pictures of the speaker and, push their personal brand. Like, how can we, feed their ego? And I'm not knocking it. Like, there's a time and place for all that. But if all you ever do is just sit there and consume, and never apply, what's the point? Now it's just a waste of your time. It should be a waste of the speaker's time. Any of these people that are leveraged as being an authority on any space, I would pray had a desire for you to actually do something with that knowledge, do something with that information. So for us, like I said, any of these other groups are great. Go out there, be a part of these networks, pour value into these networks, help build them up. But the thing is whatever it is that you see that you want to apply to your life, it now takes a level of accountability to hold your feet to the fire to make sure that you actually do that, right? Inside of Uncaged, I work with a lot of our VIP members. I call it the whiteboard scenario, right? It's a very, very simple task. It can be done on a whiteboard, a piece of paper, I guess technically on an iPad or something. But I literally have these guys write out what that dream life looks like. And we get very, very intentional with it. Like, what's it look like? What's it taste like? What's it smell like? Who are you in that life? And we start evaluating where they're at, what options they have, and, where they're at a fork in a road, or they can do a pivot, they can run, a parallel, take a lateral, career change, start a new business, build another partnership, whatever the case is. What options do they have, and how can we get there? And then we do pros and cons on all of it. So that way you can make an educated decision on what the direction of your life is. But it's all based off these check marks that are action steps that you actually have to do the work to get from where you're at the bottom of this whiteboard to your dream life. No matter which route you take, you have to get shit done. So it's about these action steps. And so for us, it's about surrounding ourselves with other men that understand that, and other men that are willing to push us to become better, to get these action steps done, to take our life to the next level. And so that's what we've done. This podcast is going to resemble a lot of that. It's really, really fun for me. I'm actually recording this. I've actually got quite a few episodes pre-recorded. And I just didn't like the introvert episode. I didn't like how I positioned the podcast channel for the first intro that I recorded. And so at the time of this recording, I'm going to date this for a moment, but there's a lot going on inside of Uncaged right now that's extremely exciting. We're just finished our first full year of Uncaged VIP. And for those of you who don't know, the Uncaged VIP, the rollout for it to be public, and what I would consider is actually the third beta test, is actually taking it public. So just real quick, because I'm touch on it on other episodes, and I'm sure we'll get more detailed about this in the future. But back in 2020, many of you remember what happened in 2020. Changes in the world, people were having to adapt, people were having to pivot. Well, I would consider, unbeknownst to myself, and it's actually funny, my wife and I was talking her through this today. She actually overheard me on a call informing someone of what the value in Uncaged VIP is. And so it just spawned a conversation for us. And it was just really cool to look back, unbeknownst to ourselves, in 2020, myself and two other guys, Jaybird being one of them and another gentleman, actually were launching the beta test of what Uncaged is today. We just didn't know it, right? And all it was a simple iOS group chat. And fast forward to the end of 2020, in a time where people were, getting divorces and separations because they were forced into, four walls with someone that they had never really truly learned who they are, or didn't even understand if they liked them or not. And, you had people that were losing access to their fitness facilities, causing them to give up on their health goals. And then you had people losing jobs left and right and opportunities. Now, glass half full, right? There's opportunities out there for anything. So anyways, this group chat at the end of 2020, all three of us, when we launched it right on January 1st, right? At the end of 2020, all of us, best health we had ever been in, the best relationships we had ever been in, and we're making the most amount of money that we ever had. And so it was kind of like a light bulb went off. We took this as a sign of this being something that other people need. So just as you would, we wanted to invite our friends into this community of success, whatever that looks like for you. So then we expanded it to 8 people. And again, at the end of that year, the same thing. There were 7 of us. out of the 8, best health we'd ever been in, best relationships we'd ever been in, and making the most amount of money that we ever had. The 8th just didn't try. That's actually going to come through in something that I'll mention here in a second, which is like your involvement and your engagement. He just wasn't involved. He wasn't engaged. And so therefore, it fell off. Well, if you want to fast forward, and we rocked that for another 2 years. You fast forward to January 1st, 2023, we officially launched Uncaged VIP. And even though that we took it public, right? And now people had the opportunity to join something like this. We wanted to expand on top of it outside of just a group chat. We wanted to add some additional values. So we added some more additional features and what you got for joining that community. The proof of concept has been incredible. I mean, in the first year, we had over 125 people in the VIP group. About halfway through that year, in June, we launched the free group. But between June and the end of the year, so about 6 months worth of time, we ended up with like 3,700 members in the free group. So we're like, cool, we have this proof of concept now. Now, how can we take it out there, build some authority with it, get the message out there, get the movement out there, and, start really impacting the masses? And that's where everything else that you're seeing today comes from, the podcast, the blogs, the content creation, anything and everything that you see. Any of our pack leaders that are putting out content on their own personal accounts, anything you see on my personal feed, any of the other VIP members, and even a lot of the free group members are putting out content because we're actively changing people's lives. And it's a we thing. It's not an I thing. There's not just one person at the top. Like, we very wholeheartedly believe that none of us are smarter than all of us. So we have created this community where we have basically boards of directors that are able to come in and dictate the direction of what this movement goes, so that way, like, you're never locked into just one man's decision making, because that's just one mind, one perspective, one personality, right? It's one series of demographics. And so we wanted to create this community where we felt like all the members were helping steer the ship, because at the end of the day, like, we all come from different walks of life. In our VIP group, we have some business owners that make 50 to 100 grand a year. We have some W-2 employees that make all the way up to $250,000 a year. And we have some serial entrepreneurs and investors that are running $100 million a year businesses inside of our VIP community. And so, as you can imagine, there's all different perspectives. There's all different opinions. And it's really cool to see people impact others' lives, no matter where they're at on that journey, giving them advice of what they've seen, what went right, what went wrong, what was the good, the bad, the ugly. And it's just it's bred an environment for men to come together that want to see each other succeed. And it's been really, really cool because, we obviously have the VIP group, which is what we launched at first, which again, in the launch of 2023, it was basically, I don't want to say like I was nervous on pulling the trigger, but I was very convicted about Uncaged being massively successful, and being more than massively successful. I wanted to be successful because it was valuable, right? And so I still considered our first full year as being like a test of the market to see if we had proof of concept. And I mean, dude, it's raving reviews. We ended up year one with 125 VIP members with a 5.9% annual churn rate. Our competitors run between like a 45 and 75 or 79% annual churn rate. And we're at 5.9, which showed me like, guys, we're on to something. We're on the right track. And so now what we've done is we've moved for VIP, we have moved into this opportunity where you can come in and apply for a membership, and there's a 30-day probationary period. And that might sound scary for someone at first, but that probationary period it's cool and scary. It's only scary if you're a piece of shit, right? Like, don't be a shitty person. Make sure that you understand who we are and the vision that we have and the core values that we have and the type of men that we are, that cherish our health, our wealth, and our relationships, right? And we come together to help each other make more money, and save more time. And I'll explain that in a second too, is once you make it through that probationary period where at any point, any of the other VIP members can veto your membership for whatever odd reason. Maybe they see you in person acting out of character for someone that we want to be associated with. Maybe they're a part of another private group that some other members aren't and see the way that you're acting, or maybe, you took advantage of them, or whatever the case is, they can come in and veto that. However, if you make it through that probationary period, you now have the rights to do so as well. So it's like earning your stripes. And it's just been really, really cool opportunity for us to make sure that we are doing everything within our power to make sure that we are keeping our ecosystem as strong as possible. And the thing is we have a saying inside of Uncaged that the better that we all are collectively, the better we will be individually. And the better we all will be individually, the better we will all be collectively. And what that means is if you believe that you're the average of the 5 people that you surround yourself with and you join a group like Uncaged, where I'm telling you there's a whole lot of camaraderie, and I'll talk about it in a second, is if you are actively working on yourself, and let's say there's 4 other people in your circumference, if you are the average and you get better, that means that the average of the group becomes better. And then vice versa, it's with any relationship. Maybe you're struggling for a period of time. Maybe you're going through some real life shit, whatever the case is. If the rest of the group, the rest of the 4 guys in your group, your ecosystem start becoming better, the law of averages says that you're going to naturally grow with them. So it's been really, really cool to create this community of men who are always focused on bettering themselves and are always looking for an opportunity to help their brothers out. Because the thing is maybe I'm not going to be the one that crosses the finish line first, but I see that you're almost there and I can help push you from the back and get you across the finish line. And then the next, and then the next, and then you get the opportunity to pull me across, right? So it's been this incredible experience watching it happen. Like I said, beta test 1 was a year long. Beta test 2 was like 3 years long. Beta test 3 was a year long. So we're 4 or 5 years into this now, and we're looking for other people that we want to surround ourselves with. And we truly want, you'll never see anyone try to hard sell anyone. You're never going to get cold DM'd about Uncaged VIP, right? This is clearly an attractive marketing opportunity where we want other people to see how much we're growing, what we're doing to improve ourselves, and how we're focused on growth and personal development. And we want people to see that and want that for themselves, right? And so we got pack leaders. We have other VIP. There are so many people that are willing to sit down and have a conversation with you on like what it's done for them, right? And we even rolled out the free group for that same reason. Like, there's no strings attached. You don't have to join VIP. Just because you're listening to this podcast, I hope that you take something from this channel, apply it to your life. And I don't want to say I don't care, never to hear about it. Like, but this isn't built on ego. Like, I just want you to win. I just want to be surrounded by other winners. I joke inside the VIP group all the time that I'm using them. And it's honest. Is I wanted to sit at tables with some of these experts that we have. We've had some of the most incredible experts in our VIP. We've had United States Special Forces Green Berets. We've had IFBB pros. We've had billionaires. We've had doctors. We've had guys that have dropped out of school at the age of 15 and now run a $250 million a year business, right? Like, we've had a lot of opportunity for some incredible experts to come sit down. And now I get to leverage the platform of what is the VIP group for these experts to want to come speak to this platform. And the beautiful thing about this snowball effect is the bigger we grow the platform, the bigger the experts are. The bigger the experts are, the bigger the platform grows, and so on and so forth. And so it's been really, really, really awesome to get together with other men on a weekly basis, on a daily basis, honestly, in the group chat, it just pops off 24/7. It's been incredible to see the amount of engagement and opportunity that a wealth of knowledge. I mean, like I said, we've got some guys that are just now starting their business. I mean, on our call today, we had a dude just super, super excited that he got in his LLC and his EIN and his articles of incorporation, right? And then we got some guys in the group that are running $100 million a year organizations. And you have access to these guys 24/7. Some of these guys are genuinely the smartest people I've ever met. And it's been awesome to watch it grow. It's been awesome to watch, the members' lives change. Like I said, we have a lot of these guys. We have 5.9% annual churn rate. That's crazy. A lot of the guys that actually joined at the immediate announcement of what this program was going to be, they hopped in. They've been with us ever since. All of our OG members are still with us today. And for me, that speaks volumes. And one of the things that I wanted to get to that I mentioned that earlier is it was insane. Our first retreat we ever threw, we had a bunch of VIP members, and we also had some members that were in the free group that wanted to just kind of learn a little bit more about VIP, what we had to offer. And it was cool because they brought me to tears when a few of them started talking about the fact that they were, prior or current military. And, I never served, unfortunately, but, they talk about the brotherhood that they have and the family aspect and the relationships that they created with these other men and women that they served with. And then, when you get back, you're not deployed anymore, or you go about your own lives, whatever the case is. And there's a part of you missing, right? And that you just always try to fill that hole in yourself with another feeling of like a brotherhood and camaraderie and stuff. And they started talking about how they got that from Uncaged, and man, it just emotionally it was incredible. It was an incredible moment. We got to sit there and have full-blown conversation about it. It was just, it meant so much to me and to some of the other members who have never served to understand that, like, we are doing our best to go out there and help our fellow brothers the best way possible. A bunch of other groups I've been a part of, you join it and it's all a bunch of people that are looking out for themselves. What can you do for me? It's like a bunch of baby birds with their mouth open, waiting for whoever the person is at the top, the staff, the whatever, to feed them, right? They just want a shout out. They want a recommendation. They want referrals, right? And for us, we wanted to take a different approach where it's like, how can we pour into each other? And like, first and foremost, we got to watch out for ourselves. Like, how can we make ourselves better? Not how can you make me better? But then, the second priority is, how can I help my fellow brother? Because again, the better that we all are individually, the better we will be collectively. And the better that we all are collectively, the better we will be individually. And so understanding that's been really awesome. And, part of the reason we created the free group, again, there's no strings attached. The free group's not a prerequisite. You don't have to join the free group in order to get to VIP. And then there's also no commitment that if you join the free group that you have to jump up to VIP. We just simply want people to win. We want this information, this knowledge, this education to come out to you and for it to hopefully impact your life in a positive way. And, realistically, I mentioned it earlier, I love hearing that things have impacted people in a positive way, or they've taken one little nugget, applied it to their life, and it's completely changed the trajectory of their life, but there's no egos here. This isn't to build up my personal brand. This is not about Zach. This is not the me show. All bit of information that you are going to hear on this channel comes from someone else at some point or another. You can see all the books behind me. I've been a part of other groups. I've gone to these personal development, events. I listen to the podcast. I do my best to try and grow myself, but I would not be where I'm at today if other people had not taken the time to pour into others, right? So who am I to dam up that flow of knowledge? So with that being said, like, you might not ever hear anything earth-shattering on this channel or any of my content. It might be something that you've heard before. My hope is that you just hear it in a way that connects with you, right? I understand that I'm not everyone's cup of tea, right? But I would be an idiot to think that there's not a specific targeted audience that is here to hear me and does connect with me and does understand my heart and my soul and my mission and my values. And that's who I want to put this information out for. It's not about me, right? All this information has come from other people. I'm doing my best daily to work on making sure that there is no ego involved in anything that we're doing with Uncaged, right? I took a few steps back as far as financially and with our organizations and our portfolios and all that to focus on Uncaged full time. So, I shut down our previous businesses. I only focus on Uncaged. If I'm doing any previous consulting or if I'm doing any consulting at all for marketing or anything like that, it is with an Uncaged member. I just want to make sure that I do my best to be an asset to Uncaged to help it get to what it deserves to be, because Uncaged is bigger than any one person. Uncaged is honestly, it's bigger than any of the VIP members. It's going to be larger than I believe that anyone truly fathoms. And I'm here for that. And I just want to do justice by giving it the opportunity that it deserves. And, again, I'm going to timestamp this, but at the time, we have so much going on. We just finished the first year. We've now moved into an application process. At the time of this recording, I'm actively, as we speak, it's been absolutely insane. We're switching our platforms over. We're switching CRM systems. We're switching membership portals. We are in the process of about to launch our app. We're literally like hours away from launching our merch line. It's just been absolutely incredible to see this grow into the way it is. Brand new websites, brand new landing pages, all brand new automations, all brand new copy. It's just been absolutely bonkers around here lately. And it's so exciting for me to sit here and be so overwhelmed with the amount of workload that, I'm dealing with, some of the VIP members are dealing with, some of our app development teams, our web development teams, our CRM specialists, like our CTOs, everything. But also just be able to appreciate the fact that like this right here, like you sitting here watching this is a part of the journey that is going to ultimately give you the opportunity to change the trajectory of your life. This podcast being one of them. We haven't launched it yet. Everything's so new. It's been absolutely insane. We've had to do, brand new articles of incorporation. We've had to do brand new bank accounts, brand new payment processors, brand new URLs, brand new G Suite accounts, brand new YouTube channels, brand new social media handles. All of this has been happening literally in the last, we've been working on some of these projects for about a year now. Like the app has taken about a year to develop. The merch line's taken quite a few months to develop to our, standards. Websites are taking, 30, 45 days to get done. All this has been happening over the last, I will say the last 6-8 weeks have been absolutely intense. It's a full court press. It's been absolutely insane. And I'm sure there will be some podcast episodes where we go into a little bit more depth with it. But I just wanted to say that, like, right here, right now, sitting in this chair with all this going on, I think I told you this, that this episode, I already had an intro recorded. But after seeing the direction that these episodes that I've already recorded have gone, I was like, no, man, we got to do this justice. We got to do this right. So I'm actually recording this, and we'll actually be getting off here and going to schedule it because Google just approved our YouTube channel, right? Like things are happening in the moment right now. And it's just been incredible because I have so much conviction of understanding what this means for Uncaged and the future and the journey that we're literally launching as we speak. But not only that, like you and your involvement and your engagement and your trajectory of your life. Not to say that Uncaged is here, to take all the rewards for changing your life, but there's going to be nuggets along the way that you're going to pick up, and it's going to impact you in a very, very real way. It might be something super subtle, or it might be something super complex, but regardless, I just want to make sure that I'm doing my best and the Uncaged team is doing their best to go out there and just put positivity out in the world, to make difference, to attract more like-minded people, to show other people that there's a way, to show other people that personal development's more than just a bunch of guys going in their underwear in the woods to smoke peyote and hug, right? Like, there is real raw opportunities out there for change, for you to go out there and take control of your own life, but no one's going to be able to do it for you, right? Like, one of the big things, there's a couple big things in Uncaged is, you know, you can lead a horse to water, but no one can make you drink. Like, you can have all this information, all this value. You can be in the free group. You can be in the VIP group. You can watch, learn, take all the notes you want. But if you don't ever apply it to your life, nothing will happen, right? And we also say a closed mouth doesn't get fed. Again, obviously these aren't our phrases, but we use them a lot, and they're very real reasons. And that's because if we don't know what you're going through, if we don't know what you're struggling with, if we don't know that you have a problem that you're dealing with, like, we can't help you. We cannot point you in the right direction. We cannot offer you a referral or give you a connection with someone. We cannot show you the proper information and education that you need to consume to fix that. So, like, again, Uncaged is about coming together, being vulnerable, being transparent, and understanding that this is, with lack of better terms, a judgment-free zone. You know, there's so many men in this group that are either going through what you're dealing with, have gone through it, or will go through it, right? And so there's opportunities to get perspectives on anything and everything that you're dealing with or will deal with. But none of us are coming to save you unless you open your mouth and allow us the opportunity to come in and offer our perspectives and opinions. But anyways, guys, in a nutshell, there's obviously way more details about Uncaged, the free group, or the VIP group, our app, our merch line, you name it. But I just wanted to come on here and give you a little bit of insight onto who we are, what we do, what our vision, mission is, and, you know, hopefully prepare you for what these coming episodes are going to look like. They're going to be a little bit aggressive. They're going to be a little bit in your face. They're going to probably call you out on some of your bullshit, but it is because we truly care. There's no yes men here. We're going to tell you what we need you to understand because we love you, we care about you, and we want to see you win. So anyways, guys, without further ado, my name is Zach Williams. This is the Uncaged Podcast, and I'm super excited about what the future looks like. Welcome to the journey to the top 1%. Let's get 1% better daily. See ya.